Welcome to BTS Beans FFs. Disclaimer: this is a complete work of fan fiction. When are you coming back home? When? I'm missing you so much. Once father asked her on phone. She smiled slightly as she was also missing her father and siblings a lot these days. I'll come soon, Appa, don't worry. I knew very well Jungkook, aka my overpossessive and extremely boyfriend. He'll never allow me to go because of his extreme possessiveness, but I also know how to take permission from him. Making a plan, I went towards our shared bedroom and wore a dress. It was short, and the dress was fitted to my like its jailer just from my. It was showing all my display perfectly. I know my man and his very well. After dressing, I did light makeup just enough for him to, on a single glance. After getting dressed, I went towards his home office only to hear him loudly shouting at someone. Cringing on his loud growl, I sneakily peeked inside from door. His poor guards were getting a full scalding session from him. It's time for action. I smirked, knocking on door lightly. Now who's out there? He growled. Man, he literally scared me. I maintained my innocent face as I secretly entered inside. His eye grew wide as he stared me from top to bottom. That was what I want. His rats was also stirring me, but a single glance from Jungkook and they hung their head low immediately. Jungkook had a dangerous look in his eyes, almost scaring me to my core. But that's the real fun. I know I'm playing with fire, but who cares? Why are you here? He grits out. His jaw clenched and his eyes was sending the guards to me. That pressed through my soul. I almost shrieked, witnessing the intense heels, but I was not backing up now. Brunch is ready. I purposely put pressure on the last word, and I can see his eyes almost popping out. Does it have effect? She mumbles to herself, but before she sees his voice snap her back to reality. Go back, princess. I shall see you in 10 minutes. Why not? Turning towards her. I'm ready for you. Come soon, I purposely said before running away from there for my dear life. Honest drank something in kitchen, still in same dress, when Jungkook entered and wrapped his arms around her waist. She gets uncertain touch, but got relaxed in few seconds, knowing the only person who have audacity to hold her like this. Were you up to multivexing? He whisps huskily in her ear, and a shiver ran down her spine. She gulps a visible lump in throat. God, he always make her for him without putting much effort. What? She pretended as if she didn't understand what he is referring to. And his eyes darkened, and with a jerk he turned her towards him and made her sit on the kitchen shelf as he caged her from both sides with his arms. Don't play with me, doll. You know me well, didn't you? Yes, she puts her hands in his shoulders. What do you think? Other questions instead of reply. One knew she was now, but the stickers of course nods. He sighs. You must have something in this pretty little brain of yours, Princess. So use this sharp tongue and tell me what you want to say. When glare him, not realizing did he just tease her or compliment her, but she shrugged it out just because she needs his permission. Let's have brunch first. She jumps on the floor, and before he got the chance to grab her, she went towards dining with food. He sighs and followed her behind. They both had their brunch while talking a little bit about random things. But Jung was patiently waiting for her to speak. Jungkook looks towards her, giving his full attention. I was missing mom and dad recently, she pouts yearly. And I also didn't hang out with my siblings for quite a while now. She looks down and took a deep sigh, making him frown. You know what she'll say next, but one didn't speak anything for a few minutes while he waits patiently for her next words. So his voice came out cold, louder, and harsher than she expected, and a shiver ran down her spine. When was playing with her food, her eyes saddened, knowing he'll say no. She gulps a heavy lump in her throat. She was really missing her parents. Sighing, she didn't face up to look at him because she knew he will say no, like always, and will hurt said to core. She blinks, forcing herself to not cry. So I was standing to meet my parents. She faced up and told him directly, staring in his eyes. It was taking her all courage to this confident in front of him, even though he never made her feel uncomfortable or afraid of him. He grits out but didn't pause or say anything else. Okay, wherever you want, sweetheart, but come back home before night. One eyes widened in shock. It was totally unexpected. He chuckled slightly to see her expressions. Does it mean I can go? Isn't that what you want, my love? When squeal in happiness as she jumped up and wrapped her arms around him in a tight hug. I love you so much, Cookie. You're the bestest boyfriend in the world, she squealed, and he poked his inner cheek in amusement and with a jerk pulled her on his. Does mean this bestest boyfriend also deserves a reward. He smirks and she blushed on the intensity of his kiss. He will, but after it back home. Not a bad offer. He lips before nudging his nose with her. I shall pick you while returning back home, okay? Why not? Einstein 3 years old, young, beautiful girl. They were in a relationship with each other for more than 3 years now. While Jungkook is 30 years old, most scary, fearless, silent, and ruthless, mafia king of country, that just his name is enough to scare anyone. He's famous for his cold, rude, and arrogant personality, especially his extreme anguishes and nature. No one can control his anger, expect a single movement, his girlfriend, himself, and his lifeline, and the only reason of his existence. She's the only one who knows how to handle him when he lost his all control, and he will only let her handle him. He know he will cause major destructions in anger, so he always smiled down in her embrace and let her do whoever she is going to make him cool down. He can the world if he wants, especially in anger, and go to extreme lengths in an instant, and no one can ever to go against his order except his girlfriend, of course. She's the only one who can keep him in his feet. And according to his friends, she is the best match for him. If he's the king, she's the queen for a reason. It's so good to see you after so long, Gwen. She smiles and Gwen returned it back. Same here, Mama. I was missing you a lot. Gwen hugs her tightly, looking around. Where's Papa? He was waiting for you, but you were late. He went to his study. I'll call him. No, Mom, I'll go to surprise him. Okay, your mother replied, smiling. I went to her father's study and saw him engrossed in studying a book, chagrined to see him, and chirped a surprise slowly, making him startle a little as he looks up only to find out his loveliest daughter on top of him. His smile widened to see her. My princess, I love to take this pleasant surprise every day, he chirped in the same tone, making her giggles. When did you reach, Princess? He asked, taking her in a brown, crushing hug. Just a few minutes ago. How are you, Pa? I'm completely fine, my princess, and I was really missing you a lot. How have you been? Don't you miss your Pa? One smile immediately faded away as a launcher escaped her eyes, remembering her boyfriend never allowed her to go out, but she can understand his reasons, so she tried to think positively as she wiped it immediately. Of course, I miss you a lot, Appa. I wish I could stay with you forever. So why don't you? When you know you can. Why didn't reply as he just smiled slightly and a shadow passed through his eyes. Don't tell me that boyfriend of yours not allowed you to go out and especially let you to meet us where your parents went. How many times I told you to break up with him? As one smiles faded away. She know her father don't like his profession and they have discussed about it many times. He always want her to break up with him and that's the main reason why Jungkook don't allow her to go to her parents, nor she never forces him. She have told her father many times he treats her differently and his professional side never comes in front of her. But at the end, as always, her father don't want her with him. That he didn't, and you know I love him. I was just busy recently, she lied because she didn't want to start this conversation. She hates this conversation, especially in their each meeting when her dad never want to talk about any other topic except him. He's not right man for you. You know already how he is when he lost control, and especially when he got angry, one size. I think we already talked about this topic many times, and you already know I love him as much as I do. And honestly, I'm not planning to discuss him with you all over again. If you don't want to talk about anything else, I may leave. Fine, we won't talk about him. Let's go outside. I'll show you my new planters. My mood was already, but she nods and go outside with him. One spent time with her parents and siblings, laughing, fighting, giggling, like all times forgetting what happened earlier in her father's office. What do you think about Marchwan? One immediately looked up towards him on his sudden question, for whom she was not prepared at all. She looks around, not knowing what she have to answer. Everyone present there know her father no liked Jungkook at all because of his profession and his aggressive and impulsive nature. But they also know he's too possessive for her, and she's the only one who can control his extreme anger issues, and he only listens to her. Not just when they all know, even if she loves Jungkook, they don't know what will happen with him. I'm not ready for marriage yet, she announced confidently, but her father completely ignored her words. I have already chosen a good man for you, this time her father announced, and one's heart clenched. She took at him with sorrowful heart. She was not expecting her father is asking her to come tell her this. One took a deep breath, encouraging herself to not cry, but it was her very own family hurting her. Her eyes burned with unshed tears, but she held back herself. I already have a boyfriend. She encouraged herself to speak. She was so done with whatever he was planning, and her father scoffs, clenching her heart more. He's not a good man for you. You're my intelligent, and I was expecting for you to make a wise choice in husband. He's not a good option. Your father's right. I think you should break up with him. When just sure her parents dumbfounded. When her father was speaking and talking on this topic, when her mother announced Jungkook have wished to pick her up. I don't want her father to meet with Jungkook, and she know he will talk any nonsense with him at any cost. Tell him to come inside. We need to talk about something. When heart started beating faster. After a few minutes, Jungkook entered the dining room. Their eyes meet, and one shakes her head as no, as if telling him with her eyes to go back, but he didn't understand. Leave us alone. We need to talk. Appa don't. One almost waited, but was he going to listen? Of course not. Jungkook looked towards mine, knowing very well something is off. As his eyes slightly darkened, the way she played it her father, but he didn't speak or do anything just because he was the father of the woman he cares and loves most in the entire world. One left, but her heart started beating faster with every passing second. She was scared and worried because she was so in love with Jungkook by now, and she don't want to break up her relationship with him at any cost, no matter if her father was telling her to do so. Second turns into minutes, and more than a half an hour passed. One heart was beating like crazy, and she was pacing back and forth, making all worst possible scenarios in her mind. He came out only to find Wayne outside. With a worried look, his eyes softened a little, but he clearly seems mad and angry. He started moving outside, and Wayne's heart clenched. He didn't even speak with her. She don't know what her father said to him, but she was sure what he must said. She didn't wait another second and rushed behind him. Whole car ride was silent, screaming about a storm after silence. He reached back home, but when in talk with him, looking at his chin soft, she surely seems angry. When Fan don't know the exact reason, she tried to approach him, but he didn't talk with her. At least tell me, what did he say to you? She almost pleaded to him. Wine leave. Please go. She cupped his cheeks as he looked towards her, but instead of answering, he slightly pushed her away from him without realizing he did this with all his force. But what she didn't know is there was a sharp edge of glass behind her as her back, belly making her fall forward as she yelps. His eyes widened to see oozing from her hand and back. He immediately rushed towards Wine and tried to hold her hand, but only to make her flinch badly. She was scared. No matter how angry he really becomes, he never tried to hurt her. She'll have heard about his mercilessness, but it was Wine's first time witnessing his side with her own eyes. His heart clenched when she tried to pull her hand away from his grip. He stared in her eyes, which was showing she is scared, making his heart edge more to know he is the cause of her pain. I'm sorry, baby. I really am sorry, love. He panics, and one eyes swelled with more tears, ready to burst in front of him any moment. She again tried to pull her hand away as she groaned. Her whole back was also badly by now. Jungkook leave, she managed to mumble. I won't. I really am sorry. Let me see, please. A tear dripped down from his eyes, and a sob left from One's mouth when he accidentally touched her back while checking her wound. Jung picked Wan in his arms and took her to nearest couch as he softly made her sit on it and immediately took first kit and took her hand back in his arms, gripping her leg softly, securing to move and started applying medicine after cleaning. He applied medicine on her hand and then on back, so carefully and gently while blowing his fingers accidentally touched pain as she immediately closed her eyes as small tears rolled down from her cheeks. I'm sorry, baby. I should be here for just a few more minutes. He pulled Wan, but making sure to not hurt her. Are you leaving me now? Wan spoke and thing, and his heart clenched tightly. I'm sorry, Wan. It was not my intention to hurt you, he sobs out. I just pushed you because I was surely not in my right senses and don't want to hurt you. And unintentionally, that's exactly what I did. A cold but painful chuckle escaped from his lips with tears and went face up towards him. I talked with your father today, sobbed. Don't leave me, Wine. I can't leave without you. Please. He pleaded as more tears dripped down his eyes. When eyes widened, she rarely saw him crying. Her heart was well up. She knew in which tone her father must have talked with him. As she immediately faced towards him and cupped his cheeks with her both hands and gently wiped his tears, her thumbs gently grazing his cheeks. Don't stop crying, baby. I'm not leaving you. He looks in your eyes. Are you telling me the truth? I'm only sorry. Well, I promise it will never happen again. But please, please don't leave me, Wan. I would without you. Father said I don't deserve you. Sob. I don't know what my father said to you, Jungkook, but rest assured, I'm not leaving you, Jungkook. So stop crying now. You look so ugly while crying. Let her chuckle in between sobs. Don't cry, my love. I'm not leaving you, baby. Have faith on me, okay? In all sense, she hugged him tightly, forgetting her pain as she gently grazed his back. Your father said I don't deserve you, and he already have chosen someone for you, and you already know about it. He tried to look at her, but she hugged him more tightly. And right by side, Jungkook, for more confirmation you need. If I have to leave, I may have left by now. She spoke, making a cute bow. He looks towards you with his cherry eyes and immediately making you blush. I'm sorry for all your baby. This time, one steal. Immediately got shy and snuggle. He wiped his tears as he also snuggled. I love you. I'm madly in love with you. She pulled back and stared in his eyes. Why are you staring at me like that? Don't you trust me? Tell me what you want me to do so you trust me. He spoke in a serious tone, but with a cute pout and lightly glossy eyes. You're looking so cute, she gulps. I'm serious. I'm in love with you. When do I say you're not? I know you are my love. She started giving all over his face to reassure him because you know he was feeling down on himself right now, especially because you know how one's prints are important to her. Mine, baby, let's cling, princess, stop. I love you too, my baby boy, Jungkook. She didn't stop and give some more of like all over his face. Jungkook hugged her tightly. I'm not baby boy, he pouts while Chris seeing his arms on his chest. Look, you're looking like a baby boy. She gulps, making him annoyed. No, I'm not, he murmured again. Okay, then you're a bunny. Then, mouthed baby bunny. Jungkook pulled her towards him from waist, but being sure not hurt her as he slightly bumped on his rock like, "Me, I show you what this bunny of yours is capable of." He spoke with a stern voice when gulped, and his marks. What do you mean by that? Shutting voice. He came closer, his hot breath fanning her ear as he whispered near her ear. "Let's run room, princess. I'll show you what this baby boy is actually capable of." And nice widened. What? No, I didn't. But before she completed his sentence, he picked her and went towards the room. "Ah, my back hurts," she pretends. "It's hurting badly." And that's when reality hit Jungkook. "I'm the sorry one. I really forgot. We won." He panics, but she smirks and pulled him. "That's all. Love you so much. I promise you no one can separate us at any cost." "Promise?" She nods. "Promise till death escapes us apart," she murmured sadly. He smiles and repeats the same words, his gaze never leaving her as he attached his forehead with hers. Thanks for watching, everyone.